welcome back. This is Otmishi from Computer Science Northwest. I have Eric here from the audio department, and this is our DIY segment, and we're actually going to show you how to use the Logic Pro. This is a really cool tool, and I don't know much about it, but Eric, would you mind telling students what exactly this is for and how do we get started with this?
Sure, I'm going to get started with one of the most basic things. Logic has an enormous library of loops that are pre-recorded. Some of them are audio and some of them are MIDI generated. And one of the nice things about Logic is we can just go through some of these loops here and audition them, see if we like them.
Wow.
And I'm just going to pick one of these. I'm going to drag it into my project, and now it's a part of my project here.
Okay.
And I'd like it to be a little longer. I'm going to make it longer here.
Well, that's the duration of it for the most part.
Exactly.
Okay.
So now I have a 4-bar loop happening. And I can start adding other things to it. So I'm going to put in maybe an electric piano part.
This sounds really nice, by the way. And these are all presets, by the way?
They are. These are loops that come with the software. And they are not actually license protected. So if you create something using these loops, you can go out and sell it.
So if any of our students were to come and generate this, they could add this to their YouTube video and it would be legitimate?
That's true.
Wow.
That's exactly right.
That's amazing.
And all I'm doing now is I'm just adding in parts as we go. So I'm going to put in a bass part maybe.
And it all flows great. That's the best part about it.
What the software is doing is analyzing the key and then adjusting it so that it all agrees. And some of these are MIDI, some of them are audio, and it doesn't really matter to the software. So it's actually very, very powerful.
So you're telling me that if I have no musical experience, I'm not that musical inclined, I can click and drag stuff and make it sound good?
That's true. You know, and then the more musical experience you have, the better stuff can get. But yeah, it's very easy to just get started on this stuff without a lot of previous experience.
Wow. Now I guess the way it renderizes and then the way how quick it goes is based on the performance of the computer, correct?
That's part of it, definitely. Our computers, to do this kind of work, they're not breaking a sweat. So.
Wow, nice. So now that you got these 4 pieces on here, so you got the remix, the Cuban part. Now, if you were to export this out, what formats could we export this out to?
That could be uncompressed audio, like a WAV file or an AIFF. Or we could do them in MP3 as well, which would be perfect if I had a little mix of this and then I wanted to email it or something, where I would need a small file or use it as a ringtone and something like that.
Now, you could also export this into other applications as well from here, or
to a certain degree. Certainly, I could bounce these, render them to audio, and then import them into anything else if you're more familiar with Pro Tools. And in the industry, that kind of stuff happens all the time.
Right.
That's work that we do all the time. I like working in Logic when I'm integrating audio, like maybe vocals that I'm recording, and some MIDI, some loops and stuff like that.
Okay.
This is a great format for that. When I'm doing Pro Tools, I like to work. When I'm doing nothing but audio, I like to work in Pro Tools. So, but sometimes I'll mix and match them. I'll take stuff that I've created in here, import it into Pro Tools.
Wow, really nice. Now, for people at home, this is a DIY segment. If people want to get started, what is the technical specifications that they would need to have, the minimum requirements in order to run this?
Let's see. This particular one will only run on the Mac, so you have to have some kind of Mac, and any fairly recent Mac that would be Intel processor would work. There's lots and lots of stuff like this that are dual platform or specifically for the PC. So it's just finding something you're comfortable with and starting to get your hands on it and figuring out how to use it.
So for our Mac users, probably Snow Leopard or the latest Mountain Lion would be the easiest way of getting started.
Exactly.
Okay, great.